Well, good morning. It is December 16th. We've got a spell of beautiful weather. I mean, it's almost too hard to believe. In the 50s in mid-December. We should be wandering through snow and weather in the 20s, but this year's different. Yeah, it's been about 3 months since I've shot. I always prefer to shoot in the late fall, winter, just so that the dogs can kind of go on their own out here. Suki's over here chewing on her leash, which she shouldn't be doing. Hey, get over here. Come on. Storm's back there behind her. They're both kind of angry because I got in a little bit of trouble yesterday for not having my dogs on a leash, so they're all leashed up today. Not enjoying it. The only complaint today is the wind. Now, I've had 4 days down here with hardly any wind that I've tried filming. And all 4 of them days I totally screwed up all of that video. Well, let's try shooting behind this tree. Not too bad. Well, we made it to our little resting spot here by the little tree stand. Other than the background noise of that interstate, I mean, it's a quarter mile away, but I don't know why it's so loud today. But yeah, we've got some beautiful weather, that's for sure. I know what I was saying earlier, I tried to film for the last 4 days. Oh. If you guys can see what goes on behind the scenes here, holy heck, it's a lot of work toting around all them cameras. I even packed my drone around for a day, filmed a lot with that, and I don't know what the heck happened, but all that footage sucked too. It was getting such a glare off the sun, but I'm still learning all that kind of stuff, so actually still learning these action cameras. So a lot of my viewers, I'm sure, probably aren't into the traditional archery, and hopefully you'll find it kind of interesting. But during the winter, the off season of camping, we do a lot of the traditional videos. And if you've never tried it, I mean, it can be a lot of fun. And it's a lot of work to get to where you're proficient with it. But for those who are into the traditional archery, you're probably like me and you're on a couple traditional archery forums on Facebook or whatever. And you know, those forums usually encompass a whole worldwide audience of so many different disciplines of traditional archery. You know, you got the horse bows, the Asiatic archery, the target shooters, I mean, it just goes on and on. But anyways, I thought we'd come down and do a little video on, I don't know, I guess what I call situational shooting, more or less geared to us hunting people. I mean, there's probably 70% of the time, if you're a spot and stalk or a still hunting or stalking, whatever you want to call it, 70% of those shots are not in a position where proper archery form is practiced, let's put it that way. But it's something we all should learn. I mean, it's probably some of the funnest stuff in the world to learn. You know, that standing there at a known distance at a stake and shooting the exact same target all day long, it's not going to go very far when you're sneaking through avalanche shoots and small little patches of quaking aspen. So get out there and put yourself into some really awkward positions and have fun with it. You might lose a few arrows, but you'll sure learn a lot. Well, I guess you'll sure, let's put it a different way, you'll learn what you can and cannot do with a bow. But I know the crowd, I guess, that don't really do what I do, they're always into you got to have proper archery form, which as soon as someone says that, I know what they're talking about, and that's stand at a 90, bow straight up and down, you know, all shooting really lightweight bows. You know, that just don't pertain to the little traditional hunters, I guess. And a lot of this stuff I'm going to be showing ain't going to help a lot for the tree stand hunters. I've just never I just did not enjoy sitting in a tree stand. I have a hard enough time sitting in a ground blind for an hour. So, but I mean, that is probably the most efficient way for traditional hunters to hunt out of a tree stand. I just never was that type to do it. So we got a couple targets sitting right out here on my left-hand side. I'm sitting, I don't know, 90 degrees to them. We'll turn the camera around and shoot some, I guess a little unconventional shot. I mean, these ain't too difficult here. Yeah, let's go down there and take a look at them, see what we did. That one's right where I was looking at. And there's not a bit wrong with that one either. Well, guys, I was a couple targets back. I was walking through a bunch of stuff like that. One of them little branches poked me right on the end of the nose. Being on blood thinners, I'm sure you can imagine what kind of a mess that was. Yeah. We're coming up to the next target here. See if we can pick a place to shoot this at that's a little bit unconventional. Well, it might not look like much, but this is all covered up in branches. There's a big open spot here, another one down here that I can get an arrow through. See if we can get an arrow down into that thing. Oh, got an arrow down there, but it was sure low. There's the one we wanted. So yeah, go ahead and practice shooting stuff like this. I did get a deer by shooting through a little, I don't know, basketball size opening. So you just never know when that would come into play one time when you're out hunting and you're confident of making that shot. Those two dogs are just heartbroken to have their leashes on them. We'll come up here to a spot to rest. We'll release their shackles and let them run for a bit. Well, there's the target way down there. Still don't know if you can see it, but we'll take a shot at it. Well, let's see if we can get that goofy little thing. Well, let's go take a look at it. Yeah, I'll take that shot any day. Well, I just happened to look up. I mean, it's not right above where I'm sitting, but that's a heck of a widowmaker for you. Probably looks pretty small on the camera, but I bet that branch is 10 feet long. I don't know what's holding it in place. Yeah, I took the dog's leashes off of them. They're just standing here. They don't know they're free. Yeah, there's Suki starting to wander a little bit, but here at that last target, I was like, crap, I forgot my little head-mounted camera thing that I was trying out. Well, I get right up here to that resting spot. There it is on the ground. It must have fell out of my pocket yesterday, so now maybe I can get some other footage in. See what that looks like. Come on, Suki too. Yeah, it's almost a little bit too warm dressed in this heavy flannel, and man, it's just on the verge of being a little too hot. So we'll sit here for a bit, let the dogs run, and then we'll get up here to this next target. Well, there's still a little bit of green left. See, we haven't had a lot of cold temperatures this year so far. Those, I believe, are hound's tongue. And that's what they are, I guess, when they go to seed. Those are them little sticky crotch crickets. And then we got that target I don't like. I don't know, I struggle with them round targets for some reason. Maybe because it doesn't look like something I would want to shoot. Little coyote. See if we can get an arrow in that thing. Yeah, we're just a tad bit high. Well, I forgot to mention what bow we were using today. Let me get all the little dust spots off of it. But anyways, this is Trout Elbow made by Archery. 52 at 28. And I don't know, spalted maple belly veneers and red cedar back veneers. Well, this is another one of them far shots. And got it right in the goodies. Well, this is another one of them 40+ yard targets, but we got that one. If that was a real animal, that shot would have really sucked, but we're just shooting for the circle, basically. Once in a while we'll be sitting taking a break and having lunch. You hear that little branch crack behind you, and almost instantly you know what it is. Let's see if we can kind of recreate what we got to do to get this thing, especially with the brush right here behind me. Not the best shot, but we'll have to practice that a little more. I don't know if we can fire another one down there or not. Heck with it. Yeah, we'll call that good. The whole secret of that shot is to get a deep hook with your fingers and rotate them so that the string's rotated, putting pressure against that nock to keep that arrow on your shelf. Come here, Sooks. Up out of the way. Come on. See how that just keeps it. I mean, you can turn your bow completely upside down doing it that way. Yeah, a little more practice, I'll probably have that down again, but Well, we finally reached the end target. It felt good to get out and shoot again. It's say I haven't touched a bow since late last spring, so. Well, we've got plans to change that in some upcoming camping videos too. We're gonna start bringing the bows along and doing a little stump shooting. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, give me a thumbs up, comment, and share. And until next time, see you later.